Good morning. My name is John Powers. My wife and I are missionaries over in Eastern Europe. We live in the country of Hungary. And this morning, I wanted to talk to you about this. Does anyone know what this is called? This is called a white cane. And do you know why people use this? I think one of you knows. Do you want to guess? No? Okay, well, white canes are used by people who are blind. Now, some people who are blind actually see a little bit. So I am legally blind. I see just a little bit. And I use this white cane. What I do is when I walk down the street, I go back and forth like this. And the reason why I do that is it helps me know what's on the ground so I can look straight ahead. So I walk back and forth, and it also lets other people know that the guy holding this, he doesn't see very well, so watch out. Would any of you like to try it? Going back and forth with it? Do we have a volunteer? No? Well, so if you see someone walking down the street and they have a white cane, it's because they're blind, and that helps them get around, but it also alerts other people to the fact that they don't see very well. I've been using this for several years. You know, one time, Jesus and his disciples, they came across somebody who was blind, and they asked him a question. And they said, Jesus, whose fault is this? Did this happen because that person sinned? Or did it happen because their parents sinned? Do any of you know what Jesus said to him? Do you think it was because that person sinned? Or because his parents sinned? Well, here's what Jesus said. He said, no. It's not because he sinned. It's not because his parents sinned. And then he went on to say this happened because there are some works that God wants to do in that person's life. You know, sometimes when we have problems, we might think that this is happening because God is punishing me. Do you think that's true? When we have problems, it's because God's punishing us? I think something we learned from that time when Jesus met this man born blind is that we don't need to believe that. Sometimes it's hard to understand what God's doing through a difficulty or a trial. But Jesus assures us, no, this is not a punishment because you did something that's wrong. So, that's our lesson for this morning. Thank you for listening.